What's going on, guys? What is going on? Thank you guys for joining me on another episode of Wrestling with Conversation. Now, I was actually going to go live with you guys, but I was like, oh, well, why not just make a video? Because there's a lot of talk going around with Tony Khan is shooting on WWE once again. And now, not only has he shot on WWE, he also shot on The Undertaker, the likes of The Undertaker, the likes of John Cena. Now, his next target and his latest outburst, his latest rank is Jinder Mahal. Now, actually, I really wasn't going to speak on this, but I see a lot of people speaking on this. So I said, why not go ahead and speak on this? So I will leave a picture of what Tony Khan, Mr. CEO, the owner of AEW, has said. So just give me 1 second. We're going to go over everything he has said because I got it up on my computer right here. Okay, so this is what Tony Khan has said. He said a double standard. Hook 28-1 career record on winning streak calls out on a champion. Hook has a record of 28-1, right? He's on a winning streak. He calls out the champ. He calls out the champion. A logic challenger sparks online outrage. Then he mentions Jinder Mahal, and he says Jinder Mahal has literally lost every single match he has been in for the past year, and he immediately gets the title shot. Where is the outrage for that? Says Tony Khan. And I'm like, bro, what? Hold on. And then this is what Jinder Mahal has said to Tony Khan. He said, "Who TF the crap is Hook? Watch Monday Night Raw on USA Network Monday 8 p.m. Eastern Time." Now, obviously, Jinder Mahal has once deleted this tweet because I'm pretty sure they said do not indulge with Tony Khan's foolishness. Do not, respond back because they just making you guys look more immature than what he's already is. Because I feel like, a lot of people, he caters to the fan base too much. He do. And what's funny about this whole thing is USA Network said something about Ass Cage. He said Ass Cage, cage match, and that's who he really goes for his worker, right? And I wonder about this whole thing because Jinder Mahal, as I look it up, Jinder Mahal is 2-8 in his last 10 television WWE matches, right? Danny Garcia from AEW is 3-7 in his last 10 TV matches on AEW when he was going into his title match with MJF, right? By the way, book Daniel Garcia better and book him better than you doing right now because Daniel Garcia is absolutely a good superstar. You wasted his potential. Y'all do the same dumb stuff. Now, I won't really call this dumb because back in the day, they used to do this all the time, right? They used to do this all the time back in the day. And it's actually hilarious because I actually find it hilarious that after Tony Khan has made a deal out of cage match ratings being really good for his shows, only for cage match to then be used as a source to prove his own opinions wrong. Now, I know that we talking WWE here, okay? But hypothetically speaking, the champion can pick anyone he likes to fight for the championship because it's basically like an open challenge. It's a good fight. Plus, it shows that Seth Rollins is also a fighting championship. We get to see title matches on regular TV from time to time. Who doesn't want that, right? But it just comes to tribalism and all of that stuff people say. And I'm like, bro, it's not really that serious because if you look at it, Tony Khan, it's like he craves for attention, right? And a lot of people said, well, since he now mentioned Jinder Mahal, now all of the attention is going to be on Jinder Mahal. Because you said, hey, I am an AEW boss, and I want you guys to go check out my competition. I won't even call them competition. They are not considered competition to WWE at this point. But if you look at it back in the good old days when everything was well established, back in the day, anyone could have challenged for the title. If the champion that's holding the champion agrees to it. So much is such of a trait of a heel and a face champs, where heel champs don't grant title shots to anyone easily, and face champs that are considered themselves as fighting champion. Now, consider all this whole argument, all this stuff right here is kind of dumb if you ask me. Tony's argument was really super dumb, especially considering Jinder Mahal is a former championship. He beat it Randy Orton clean. He beat it Randy Orton clean. And he also has some history with Seth Rollins compared to the above example of Ethan Page and Daniel Garcia. Now that I goes to Ethan Page, let's go to Ethan Page. According to Cage Match, Ethan Page was 1-9 on AEW TV when he had faced the MJF for the AEW champion. 1-9. So how does that make any difference in what Jinder Mahal doing? Because I know that Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins haven't had history or even ran into each other since NXT. I might just be wrong, but you telling me I just feel like this whole stuff is kind of dumb, man. And I really don't want to waste any more time on this. That was the first topic that I wanted to talk about because everybody was talking about it. And I'm not really a ratings guy. I don't really do the whole ratings. But Jinder Mahal's segment on last week was over 2,154,000. AEW Dynamite had 801,000. AEW Collision had 402,000. AEW Rampage had over 406,000. That's up to 1,609,000 viewers. Million views, however you want to put it. Jinder Mahal is still over 2 million. That's kind of sad if you think about it. We are going to go over Sheamus. I don't know if you guys even remember Sheamus anymore because he hasn't been on TV lately, but a lot of people, I did some research and it's apparently that Sheamus' contract's supposed to be up in the first quarter of 2024. Now, I don't know if he's injured because if you guys seen on the milk carton, his face is on the milk carton. Missing. Sheamus. They broke up the Brawling Brutes. Sheamus is nowhere to be found. Ridge Holland is doing his own thing, but is currently in a tag team, aka Pete Dunne, with Tyler Bate. So, it's Sheamus. Excuse me. Sheamus has, voiced his frustration with the WWE. He said, I main evented WrestleMania 39, but it was not close to as I wanted to be Intercontinental Champion. This man wants to be Intercontinental Champion. Now, is it the right time to put him on Intercontinental Champion? I want to say no, but at the same time, I want to say yes. I feel like before Gunther became Intercontinental Champion, I feel like Sheamus could have won the Intercontinental Champion and then dropped it to Gunther. Because now we're looking at this whole thing. If you lose Sheamus, and this is the same thing with Drew McIntyre, because both of those guys haven't signed a new contract yet. Maybe they waiting for more money. Maybe they waiting for more respect. They just want more respect. They want more opportunities. Sheamus and Roman Reigns could have been a good feud. All they had to do was build it up. All they had to do was make storyline. But they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to do that. So if Sheamus do leave WWE, that would be such a epic failure on WWE side. Because Sheamus is still talented. Sheamus still can go. Do I want to see him in AEW? No. I want to see him on WWE rise. I want to see him on WWE continue to do what he does best. And that's being him. That's being a Celtics warrior. That's being who he is. And a fighter. He wants to wrestle. He doesn't want to sit in the back and does nothing. And that's one of the main reasons Edge, a.k.a. Adam Copeland, has went to AEW. Because he didn't want to be a part-time. He wanted to wrestle every week. But they looked at him like, oh, no, we only going to call you when we need you. We only going to call you when we think we need another rivalry with you. And that makes me think, if Edge knew he wasn't going to stay with WWE, if he knew that they wasn't come on terms, why did he not let Finn Balor win at the WrestleMania Hell in a Cell match? That will always irk me. And I have a whole new series category, good match, wrong winners. And I have a whole series I want to do with that. Now, before we continue, guys, be sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for post notification, and let me know what you guys think about the whole Jinder Mahal thing with Tony Khan and everybody else they talking about on there. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think that Tony Khan is he just need to get off of social media for right now? Or do you think he has the right to say whatever he wants? You guys let me know what you guys think about that, because at this point, I think it's a mess. Now, do you think Sheamus, do he deserves better, or is he okay where he is? Or WWE has the right to put him where he's at because that's all he deserves right now. That is all he's earned at this point in his career. Excuse me. Sheamus is a very good person. Sheamus still can go. Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, a lot of people on that roster that's sitting in the back. Now, I can't say, well, every wrestler can't be champion. You know, I get that. Every wrestler can't be champion, but there's majority of the wrestling that should be getting TV time that others shouldn't be getting. But who am I to say take somebody TV time away? I'm not saying that at all. I'm not. I'm absolutely not saying it. Sheamus, Jinder Mahal, hopefully Sheamus, hopefully Sheamus does what's best for him, because he absolutely should do what's best for him. AEW Superstar says if you put him and his tag team partner on AEW Dynamite, they will boost the ratings. Now, I'm hearing a lot of 50-50, comments and opinions on what this AEW Superstar has said about him and his partner, that they will boost the ratings. Now, a lot of you guys disagree. A lot of you guys just turned on them. And I feel like, why would you do that? You guys was excited for this person and his brother to come to AEW only for you guys to turn on them. I'm still a fan of who this person is that said this. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy just said him and his brother Matt Hardy, we just got a huge win on Rampage. Somebody needs to get us on Dynamite, AEW Dynamite, to boost those ratings, says Jeff Hardy. Then, if you guys don't remember, back in July 25th, 2023, Jeff Hardy says about Rampage, he said Rampage is kind of the B show, and he hopes to be elevated back to Dynamite. Rampage is not the B show, Jeff Hardy. I'm a fan of you, but you just talking now. Rampage is not even the C show. I feel like Rampage and Collision needs to be mixed into one. Make it into one show and put it on Friday Night SmackDown. Put it on Friday, not Friday Night SmackDown. You will have them guys colliding, but that's better than on a Saturday, because at least you will have some more viewers. Put Collision on Friday, even if they have to face SmackDown. Yes, you probably gonna lose majority of the time, but you still would gain more views. Nobody doesn't want to watch wrestling on a Saturday. Collision don't even feel the same without CM Punk there. And whose fault is that? It's not mine. Put Collision on Friday. Anyways, back to the topic. Jeff Hardy said Rampage is kind of the B show and he hopes to be elevated back to AEW Dynamite. Now, a lot of people are just getting on Jeff Hardy, laughing at him, talking about Jeff Hardy thinks he's still a needle mover. And I feel like, what is the disrespect, man? Y'all disrespecting the Hardys. Somebody said Jeff Hardy just admitted that the rankings are low. And he's pissed that he's not on the main AEW show. I agree. Leave Matt Hardy on Rampage and Jeff Hardy on AEW Dynamite. Now, I kind of agree with that, but I feel like Matt Hardy, this is what happens when Matt Hardy tries to cater to Jeff Hardy. Tries to cater to Jeff Hardy to, stay relevant. And this is Tony Khan's fault as well, because instead of trying to put the Hardy Boys into all these extreme matches, having them have concussion, having them jumping off all these ladders, it's like, why are you guys doing it? The Hardys are more than just test dummies. They are more than test dummies. And I just find it hilarious, right? I find it hilarious that everybody is downing the Hardy Boys. Everyone is bashing the Hardy Boys. Like they didn't just cheer when they were jumping off ladders, landing hard on the ground. They want to keep wrestling. There's nothing wrong with them having passion There's nothing wrong with the Hardy Boys having passion to keep wrestling. So let them. And AEW has a lot of tag teams they don't use. For example, Butcher and the Blade, the Private Party. That is just some of the teams to name off of my head. I might put some pictures in here to remember if any other teams, but I'm a big fan of the Butcher and the Blade. And he doesn't use them. The Private Party. Ethan Page and Scorpion Sky was a great team. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs was a great team. You have a great team. You don't have to keep using the Young Bucks. FTR. You have more teams than the FTR and the Young Bucks. Use your other team. Establish them. AEW has a lot of tag teams that they don't use. If anything, it's a tag team that just put together, like WWE. Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega. They're not a tag team. They are not a tag team. Ricky Starks and Bill. I don't even know his last name. He's formerly known as Big Cass. Ricky Starks and Bill. I don't really watch AEW like that, but it's kind of, they just put two random wrestlers together, and then when they win the belts, they drop the belts, feud with each other, repeat. So instead of using real tag teams, you rather get two random AEW superstars that you haven't built up, that we haven't seen on TV, put them together, they win the tag team goals, and then they lose it, then they point at each other. You did this, no, you did this, no, you did this. And then they feud with each other, and then it's a rinse and repeat cycle. Guys, you have to do more. You have to do more. You have to do more. I'm sorry. Mr. Tony Khan, the Hardy Boys can still go if you put them in meaningful feuds. If you put them in meaningful storylines, they can still go. They don't have to go out there and kill themselves just for bangers after bangers after bangers. You know, I'm not even trying to talk down on anybody, but majority of the banger matches that AEW has, people doesn't really remember it until 2 weeks after. They don't. Everybody just focus on the ring. Everybody just focus on in-ring performance. Give these guys a consistent schedule and they can look like the old Hardy Boys. Plus, they can combat and push storylines already. Have a huge name. Throw belts on them. Let them put on stream matches. There's your ratings. And when I say extreme matches, I mean good matches. I'm not saying they have to kill themselves every day. If you would have put the tag team champions on the Hardy Boys when they first came, or at least a couple months in, they would have brought ratings. You guys basically let them kill themselves and said, oh, well, I'm done. Well, thanks for killing yourselves. Now go to Rampage and help boost my F show. Ain't nobody finna go on Rampage. And then when you see them not going on your F show to watch the Hardy Boys, even though you advertised it like 20 times, and they say, well, the Hardys on the F show, why is nobody watching? Because you won't do nothing to Rampage. Again, put Collision on Friday and have them face to face with Friday Night SmackDown. You might lose 90% of the time, but at least you would get more views. Put the Hardy Boys on a consistent schedule. That is crazy. That is very crazy. That is all I have to say for Jeff Hardy. That was the AEW superstar that says he wanted to be put on AEW so he can help boost the ratings with his brother. I don't know if that match that the Hardy has on Rampage was good or not. I can't really say much about that. And the last thing I want to talk about before I get out of here, guys, Dolph Ziggler. You know I have to talk about my boy Dolph Ziggler. And the fact that I read this whole thing and it pisses me off, but he knew. He meant every word he said in that promo against The Miz when they was feuding for the Intercontinental Champion. He said, I remember every word of it, but I'm going to give you a little bit of what he said. People ask me, why do I still do this? Why do I get up and still do this? Because you can give and you can give and you can give and it just won't love you back. You can do enough. Dolph, you doing too much. You overdoing it. You doing too much. We need you to step it down a little bit. He meant every word he said. And you know what? I think I'm going to go to that promo right now. Dolph Ziggler. We're going to go over it. I should have had a cue then, but we're going to go over it right quick. We're going to go over that real quick. We're going to go over that because that was a passionate promo. It was. We're going to go over it. Hopefully somebody got the whole promo on there because that was a good promo. Okay. This is what Dolph Ziggler said. And we're going to say this is a passionate promo. Okay, this is what Dolph Ziggler said to The Miz when he put up his career on the line to face The Miz for the Intercontinental Champion. And you should have seen Marie's face. She was like, wow, man, he really cared about this business. He really cared. This is what Dolph Ziggler said. You right, man. This is all I have. This couple minutes a night, 300 nights a year. This is my everything. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone when they know that I live for this. This is what I love, he says. But you know what? Sometimes things you love don't always love you back. And you can give, 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 and you can give. And sometimes you get nothing in return. You get nothing, he says. And you have friends and family and fans coming up and telling you, why do you still do it? Why are you still here? Why do you subject yourself to this every night? They ask him. It's because I can't stop. I can't. It's a sickness. I can't stop. And maybe my career didn't always turn out the way I wanted, that I thought it would be, says Dolph Ziggler. I thought it would have been better. I thought I earned something. I thought I would be a bigger star. But you know what? I just can't stop myself. I can't, but you. You put that title up one more time. Listen to me, Miz. Put that title up one more time and I will put up my entire career. Now, he said, you can give and you can give and you can give and you can give. And sometimes you get nothing in return. And that's the harsh reality about life. I will always remember this promo from Dolph Ziggler. I will. Why do you still do it? Because he can't stop. It's a sickness. And the fact that it got to the point where he realized that no matter how much, no matter, it's sitting there that he got to the point where he realized, I can do this every day. I won't get recognized. I won't get the respect that I deserve. I won't get the opportunities that I earned and worked hard for. He realized it. And the fact is, I thought they released that guy because I'm like, why would they release Dolph Ziggler? Even though you guys don't establish him as much as you guys should have. And I know he has some concussions. I know he has some injury, but that doesn't really resolve the fact or establish the fact that he still can go. And there was a report that he said on Busted Open Radio. We're going to go to it. Dolph Ziggler on his WWE exit. I'm going to say a little quote and then I'm going to read the whole quote. I have been preparing for this for so long and getting things ready to go that I wasn't like, what did I do? What do I do now? I have been preparing for this for so long and getting things done, ready to go that I wasn't like, what do I do now? I was planning this alone for half of this entire last contract with the WWE. It wasn't out of the blue. I had sent a few emails. Now, if you guys want to go read what he said, it is on Busted Open on podcast. I will try to leave the link down below in the description. We're going to go over everything he said in this podcast. And then, yeah. I do remember that, before I do read this, I do remember that Vince McMahon has promised to grant Dolph Ziggler release after Raw. It was a legit handshake agreement. The next day, Vince McMahon went back on his promise and denied him his release and just paid him to stay home until his contract run on his own. Wouldn't let him go. Because he know how good Dolph Ziggler is. He know. Okay, this is what Dolph Ziggler said, guys. If you made it this far into the video, be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, post notification. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. And let's just get into it. This is what Dolph Ziggler has to say on being released from his WWE contract in 2023. I have had a very fortunate career. I was very lucky, almost 20 straight years in one company. Now it's a chance to see what else is out there and try a few other things out. So I hate sitting at home. I cannot stand it. Even in between WWE lose 2 or 3 days, I start to get anxious. I want to get out there. So the last 3, 6, 8, 10 months, I have been training twice a day, making all these different adjustments, just getting ready to go. Okay? At some point, you go back to full on prove yourself all over again. And you better be ready to go and not just sitting at home sipping Matias. Matias. Okay. In the backyard, which I did for a little while, but still, it was be ready to go no matter what. So there's no issues. There's no people. Oh, he's protected, or he sat around loofing around or goofing around. No, I did everything I can to be ready to go, and I'm still in the middle of it right now. I feel that I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel that I'm in the best shape of my life. It wasn't out of the blue. I had sent emails to the boss over the last few months saying I have to move on somewhere else. Can you let me do this? Eventually, without a zap back and forth, that's how it worked out. It wasn't weird because it was so 6, 8, 10 months in place going, here it comes. Now I have 90 days sitting around, which broke my heart. But I just got extra workouts. You guys couldn't let him go? You had to put him on 90 days? The fact is, he knew he wasn't going to be on TV. He knew he wasn't going to get a phone call. But he always prepared. He always worked out. He always... That's the thing. That's the thing with basketball. When basketball puts you on a bench, you still have to go out there and practice because you never know when you're going to get back on that court. Even if it's for 2 minutes, you still want to go out there and shoot threes. You still want to go out there and be the best defender you can be out there. But I'm not going to. I'm not talking about basketball. I'm a fan of Dolph Ziggler. Okay. And wherever he goes, I support him. Now, he's in New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW. I have no access to watch that. I don't know much about New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I know for a fact he's going to strive in there. He's going to strive in there. He's going to do absolutely the best he can do out there because he is one of the best professional wrestlers out there. Now, WWE knew he was good. WWE knew he was a good professional wrestler. A lot of people want to say, oh, I always was a fan. No, he wasn't. He wasn't a fan until he left, until he was released. Because you felt guilty, because you know there's never another Dolph Ziggler. Anyway, guys, I guess WWE just didn't see him as, for their company. They didn't see Dolph Ziggler as the WWE presentation. They didn't see him as a WWE, how they want him to fit in WWE's category, in WWE's environment. They know he can wrestle. They know he can do everything, but they still just looked at him as a jobber. That's all I got for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this wrestling conversation, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to comment what you think about this. Comment what you think about Dolph Ziggler. Comment what you think about Jeff Hardy. Comment what you think about Jinder Mahal. And comment what you guys think about the whole Sheamus situation. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, let me know down below in the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next video, or I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, post notification. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. Peace.